Boys, today we are back, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over every fight to make after UFC 326. It wasn't ass card, it was a generational main event. My GOAT did it, we won. And I have his next fight, at the very end. I'm going to talk about that last. And we're only going over main card fighters, bro. No one in the fucking prelims or early prelims deserve to ever be fucking in this video. Not even Cody Garbrandt. Genuinely, Cody Garbrandt, just retire. You have nothing left in you. You're a dog shit fighter. You should have lost. I'm sorry. But only main card fighters are allowed in this video because nobody else performed outside of the main card. So here we go. Starting off. Give me Bruno Ferreira versus Ikram Aliskerov. Now, Ferreira just lost. He was ranked like 14th or 15th. I think he's going to be still in the top 15 or just outside. Ikram Aliskerov is looking for a big opponent. He's fringe top 20, top 15 guy. This is a nice step up. Ferreira has knocked out some guys in the rankings, has got some big wins. Ikram Aliskerov coming off a little solid win against the Iron Turtle. So I think this is a good fight for him to get inside the rankings. I think if Aliskerov wins this, he'll be in the top 15. If Ferreira wins, he'll be back in the top 15 or keep his position at like 13th or 14th or 15th. So I think this is a banger fight too. Bruno always out. No editing. Bruno always goes out to scrap, and Ikram is always live for a scrap too. His last fight wasn't that it wasn't that fun, but before that, finishes over Warley Alves, finishes over some other cans, but he goes for finishes. Obviously he lost to Robert Whitaker, but that was really short notice. But I think this would be a little scrap, a little banger, and Bruno Ferreira lost, so give him someone down in the rankings to try to get a win and give Aliskerov a jump up. Simple as that. Moving on. Gregory Rodriguez did win in the pay-per-view open, and I say book him against Anthony Hernandez, bro. Like, why not? I want to see. I low-key fuck with Gregory Rodriguez like heavily, and I think he knocks out Anthony Hernandez, no cap. Although if this does get made as a 5-round, this is a banger, by the way. If this does get made as a 5-rounder, I could see Anthony Hernandez putting the pace on him like Cannonier put the pace on Gregory Rodriguez and just folded him and wilted him with pressure. But I could see Gregory Rodriguez fucking just battering Anthony Hernandez and getting him out of there in the first round. Like, I think this is a great fight. Anthony Hernandez lost a little bit of stock to Son Strickland. Gregory Rodriguez is probably going to move up a few spots, maybe be like fringe top 10. Anthony Hernandez dropped to like 5 or 6, so I think this is perfect matchmaking. Hernandez looking to come back, a little bounce back off a loss, and Rodriguez, after a little big win streak, deserves a top-ranked guy. So I think this is perfect matchmaking. I think it would be a fire fight. I think either Hernandez dominates and it's a scrap, or I think Gregory Rodriguez gets him out of there early with maybe a body shot. Gregory doesn't throw a lot of body shots, but he is really powerful, so I could see him landing up top too. And if Gregory lands one, I don't know how he didn't beat Cannonier. That genuinely surprises me. I thought he should have beat Cannonier, but he dropped him twice, just couldn't get the finish. But I don't know how he didn't win, but if Gregory Rodriguez lands something on Anthony Hernandez, I could see him going down easily. So I think this is a banger fight. I think it makes sense in the middleweight division. And book it. Middleweight's kind of tough to book right now. I'll get to that later in the co-main of UFC 326. But yeah, this would be a banger fight. Moving on, the loser of the 4th fight on the pay-per-view, Michael Johnson. He's going to need some time off. And I say book him against Terrence McKinney, bro. How fucking fun would this fight fucking be? I genuinely think Michael Johnson could slam him out. He's faster. Terrence McKinney's just going to get right in his fucking face. Battle of the Unk versus the newcomer. I think this would be a banger, bro. Either Terrence McKinney just slimes him out in literally the first 30 seconds, or Michael Johnson slimes out McKinney after McKinney just goes, straight for him, and Johnson, fucking speed mogs him and just gets him out of there. So I think this would be a banger fight, guaranteed war, guaranteed first-round finish, in my opinion. Or Michael Johnson just gets cut for irregular betting lines. This is the second fight in a row where the betting line is fucking skyrocketed the day before the fight or the day of the fight when Johnson has been in a fight. So maybe he'll just get cut. Maybe he's doing some Isaac Dalgarian shit, so who knows. But I think this would be a banger. Terrence McKinney, although McKinney does like to fight, so I could see him in there sooner or later because I think Johnson's going to need a lot of time off after getting genuinely just flatlined by Dober. So yeah, that was cringe when I just did that. Getting flatlined by Dober, so I think Johnson's going to take a little bit off, maybe come back in the fall, and maybe McKinney gets another win, and then they book this fight. But I think this would just be a certified banger. And the next fight I'm also going to talk about, Dober, the winner. I think that I just made this because it's going to be a certified banger too. Him versus Mateusz Rambecki, bro. This would be a war. Rambetsky's always up for a scrap, always pushes forward, wears a ton of damage. So does Dober. This would be probably just a bloody fight with a ton of like cuts and blood and fucking bruises and shit. I think this should be a banger. I think Dober could get him out of there. I think Rambetsky could, pressure him and maybe get like a volume TKO. Dober's chin doesn't really have it anymore. I'm surprised he lasted against Michael Johnson, to be honest. But he had a good performance. So I think Dober at this point in his career is just looking for fun fights. He's never going to get the belt. Neither is Rambetsky. He's kind of awful. I'm not even going to lie. He just doesn't win. He puts on fun scraps, but he never wins. So I think this would just be a banger fight. Not really much else to say about this. Like, who wouldn't watch this fight? Who wouldn't watch this as like the fucking feature fight on a crowded fight night, the co-main of a fucking Apex, or like the fucking featured prelim on a fucking pay-per-view? Like, this would just be an absolute banger. Dober always brings it. Rambetsky always brings it. And this would just be war. So that's why I made the matchup. Moving on. I'm not going to talk too much about it. Obviously, this fight speaks for itself. The loser of the feature fight, Rob Font. Yeah, let's just get Rob Font the fuck out of here. Feed him to Malcolm Wellmaker. I don't give a shit that Wellmaker's coming off a loss and we're giving him like a top-ranked guy. I don't give a shit. Get Rob Font the fuck out of here, man. I'm sorry, Rob Font. You seem like a really good guy. I do fuck with you. If I met you in real life, I'd take a picture with you, bro. But I'm sorry. It's just fighting's not... You just don't have it anymore, and it sucks because it happens to some people, bro. It's like no shame in that shit. You just don't have it anymore. And yeah, I'm sorry, your fighting style is a little boring to me. So I think you versus Malcolm Wellmaker would be a good fight. And I think Malcolm Wellmaker probably just chins you inside of like 2 rounds. So good riddance. I'm sorry. I do like you, Rob Font. I do feel bad for you because you're on a long losing streak. But I don't know. Your fighting style is boring. So I kind of just made this matchup out of pure rage from watching that fight versus Raul Rosas. Even though it's not really your fault because Raul Rosas stunk it up too. But that fight was just dog shit. So yeah, Malcolm Wellmaker, Rob Font. Book it. I think it. I mean, maybe Font can win too. I mean, Ethan Ewing beat this guy on like a fucking day's notice. So Rob Font's high level, or at least he used to be high level. So why not book this fight and see what happens? Let's see if Wellmaker's really dog shit, or that fight was just a fluke. Or let's see if Rob Font still got it and he can piece up Wellmaker and fucking just school him. So who knows? This would be a little fun matchup, and yeah, why not? I could see this being like a co-main event, sadly, on like a fucking Apex, maybe like a fucking opening of the main card on a fight night. Do not put this on a fucking pay-per-view. I'm sorry. Please just don't. Malcolm Wellmaker does not deserve to be on a pay-per-view after that loss to Ethan Ewing. And Rob Font has like 5 losses in a row, so please don't put him on a pay-per-view. But yeah, this fight would be, I think, a little bit of a banger. Rob Font doesn't have to worry about takedowns in this one, so I think he'd be open up a little bit more on the feet. And I think probably Wellmaker would chin him. But let's move on. The winner of the feature fight was Raul Rosas Jr. I could just see this fight. I could just see the UFC pushing Raul Rosas Jr. into the top 5. Him versus Song Yadong. This just makes sense. To me, it doesn't make sense, but I could just genuinely see the UFC doing this, and I think that's what they're going to do. I genuinely think they're going to give Raul Rosas Jr. to Song Yadong. And I think Song Yadong is going to absolutely murder this kid. But at the same time, Song Yadong isn't the best grappler. Like, we saw Corey Sandhagen kind of beat him in the grappling. That was a few years ago, though, but Corey Sandhagen kind of beat him in the grappling, and I think Raul Rosas Jr. could probably just smudge him up against the fence or take him down and just lay on him and win. They want him to be they want him to be a big star. He's from Mexico. They want him to be a young champion. I could see the UFC doing this, bro. Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr. fell out like 5 months ago, and then they just rebooked the fight. Like, they obviously want this kid in the rankings. They obviously want him in the top 5. They honestly want him near the private picture. Yo, what am I saying? The title picture. Jesus Christ, it's late. So I could see them booking this fight. Song Yadong's needing a win. He just lost to fucking Sean O'Malley. Close fight, but he lost. And Raul Rosas, I think they push him. I could see the UFC making this fight easily. So yeah, I think this is probably next for Raul Rosas if I had to guess. And which sucks because he's terrible and he didn't even say Chewies after he won. So that sucked. Moving on, the loser of the co-main event, RDR. I kind of struggled with this. And I don't know if I love this matchup, but I literally can't see anything else. Like, I don't think he's going to stay at 185. It's a huge weight cut. He sucks at 185. He has no gas tank. He literally gassed out in like half a round of fucking fighting. So yeah, RDR, I think he's going to move up. He looks so drained even in this picture at fighting at 185. So maybe move up to 205 and give him a ranked opponent like fucking Dustin Jacoby. And I genuinely think Dustin Jacoby probably slams him out, but Reina de Ritter could get off his grappling against Jacoby. Jacoby's not the best grappler, comes from a kickboxing background, so I could see this fight being a little grappler versus striker, maybe like a fucking featured fight on a fight night main event. No editing, but I'm making a lot of mistakes. Sorry, boys. I could see this on crowded fight night event, like a featured fight on a crowded fight night event. Ranked middleweight guy, ranked light heavyweight guy. Rainer de Ritter moving up. He's somewhat of a big name. He's just known for fucking can crushing Bo Nickel. And yeah, Dustin Jacoby looking for a huge win. He's got like he's on a 3 or 4 fight win streak. So give him a big name in RDR and see if he can handle the grappling and knock him out on the feet. Simple as that. Moving on, the winner of the co-main event. Like I said, I struggled with 185, bro. I struggled with matchmaking this division. It's because I think Sean Strickland's going to get the next shot. I think Nasruddin Imavov's genuinely going to get passed up because the UFC doesn't care about rankings anymore. They care about fucking views. They care about star power. They care about that shit more than they actually care about the rankings. So I think they're going to give Strickland Hamzat, and then Kyle won. You don't give fucking Imavov to Kyle. They just fought. Maybe they do maybe they do Imavov versus Duplessis, maybe, and then Kyle versus Brendan Allen I could see. But Brendan Allen versus Strickus Duplessis I think is the fight they want, which leaves Imavov out and maybe just waits for the winner of Strickland versus Chimaev. So that's like my thinking behind this. I think Joe Pyfer is going to absolutely slam out Izzy in 2 rounds, like genuinely just shut him out cold, and Izzy retires. And they both fought in March. Kyle earlier. Joe Pyfer's going to fight later in March. So I think Joe Pyfer wins. I think the timing matches up. Joe Pyfer is going to be up in like the top 8, top 7. So after he beats Adesanya. So and they fuck with Pyfer. They push Pyfer. And I think Pyfer could win this matchup against Kyle. Kyle's a little overrated in my opinion. Not that fucking good. You should be shutting RDR's lights out after hitting him clean like that. But you have pillow fists. So you didn't. And Kyle's kind of boring, bro. He's a fighting nerd, but he's boring as fuck in my opinion. So make this fight. I don't like either of these guys. I think Pyfer's annoying as shit. He's genuinely just, I hate Pyfer to be honest. But yeah, I think Pyfer beats Adesanya handily. And I think maybe run this fight. Kyle's probably not going to like it, but I don't know. The 185-pound division is kind of a mess right now just because the champion just doesn't fight. So, yeah, that's all I have really to say about this. Let's move on to the next fight at 155, the loser of the BMF title, who got dominated by my boy Charles, Max Holloway. I think this is the only thing for him, bro. Sadly. Him versus BSD. Like, this is such a bad matchup for Max. I think BSD genuinely just shits on Max, to be honest. Like, I'm not even going to cap. Yeah, man. This is really the only thing that makes sense. Now that I think who Charles is going to fight next, I'm not going to spoil it. I think everyone already knows, though. And with Gaethje and Ilya fighting, I think Ilya is going to smirk out and slime out and murk out Justin Gaethje easily. I think Ilya is going to move up. I think Justin Gaethje is going to retire. So that leaves Charles, Arman, and then Arman is the number 1 contender. Charles is the number 2. Max will move down to like 3 or 4. And then BSD is at 5. So this is really the only fight that makes sense. And it's going to be a scrap too. BSD always comes to fight. Holloway always comes to fight, even though Holloway cannot defend a takedown. And my boy just showed genuine levels. But yeah, I think BSD versus Holloway makes a lot of sense. Put it in the summer. BSD's on a crazy, activity streak right now. Holloway didn't take that much damage. He had a huge welt for my boy Charles, but he didn't take too much damage. We did, beat him up with elbows in that fight, which is amazing. But yeah, I think this fight makes sense. I think it's probably going to be next too, which is crazy. And I think BSD genuinely has a good shot of winning. I don't see how Max wins this, to be honest. I just don't. Which is crazy to say. I think Poirier only beat BSD because he had no cardio and he had staff in that fight. Like, I genuinely think that's why. I think if he didn't, I think Poirier would have just got like manhandled on the ground. And I think BSD does that to fucking Max. I think this is like a fucking Charles remake, but BSD goes for ground and pound and probably just finishes him. So yeah, I think BSD wins this. I don't think Max has any grappling. I don't think it can improve at this late in his career. And yeah, I see a lot of people saying Paddy Pimblett versus Max Holloway. Bro, why are we giving Paddy Pimblett another jump up the rankings? Give him Dan Hooker. There's bad blood there. There'd be a scrap. They're both pretty shit on the feet, and it would just be fun. So I say make that fight and then make this fight. And yeah, Max versus BSD. It'd be a war, but I think BSD clearly wins. And moving on to the main event, my boy Charles wins the BMF title. This is the only fight, bro. This is the only fight, and I want this fight back so fucking bad, bro. I want this fight back more than I want Islam or Ilya. Like, genuinely, I want this fight back. And I think this fight's going to be next, bro. I think this fight's going to headline Abu Dhabi. It's all making sense for Charles, bro. It's all coming together amazingly for Charles. Ilya Topuria will slam out Justin Gaethje at the White House. If Gaethje wins, holy fuck. Please don't let Justin Gaethje somehow fluke Ilya. Like, I'm actually begging you, please. Get rid of Justin Gaethje. This is going to be his last fight. He's going to retire on the White House lawn in like an American badass way. So Ilya wins, moves up to 170. He's going to vacate and chase Islam at 170, trying to become the second three-weight world champion after Alex Pereira does it at the White House. Video coming tomorrow about that. But Ilya moves up after he beats Justin. Ilya goes to 170. Perfect vacant title right here, man. The rematch, 5 fucking rounds, like it should have been the first time. Like it should have been the first time. For the vacant belt in Abu Dhabi. Armin, Charles, we're going back to Abu Dhabi where we lost the initial belt. And we're getting it fucking back on the place we should have never lost it. It's all fucking coming together, bro. Full circle moment back in Abu Dhabi in October. This is the fight. 5 rounds. I don't think we lost that first fight, bro. We had Armin out in every single round. Guillotine in the first minute and a half. He was done for until his fucking shorts magically came off. Second round, we had him in a triangle with like 5 seconds left. The clock ran out. Third round, had him in a darce. Had him just fucking dead every round, bro. I think we won that fight. Go rewatch that fight. Rounds 1 and 3 are ours. I'll give Armin the second. He landed a lot of ground and pound. Round 1, we had the guillotine. We landed elbows on top. Armin did reverse us, but we got up. And we were doing better. Second round we did lose, okay? But we were winning the striking exchanges. We won on the feet. Armin won on the ground, okay? Third round, we win that third round, bro. Armin didn't land as much as he did in that second round in the third round, and we had him out of there with a fucking darce choke, bro. We genuinely had him slumped on the cage. So I think we won that first fight. This is the only blemish on Charles's record, in my opinion. Other than Tadpole Charles when he lost a bunch, since he's been on this win streak since 2018, this is the one fight that's pissed me the fuck off. The Islam fight, okay, we lost fair and square. Islam was the better guy on the night, better grappling. Ilya fight, we had a fucking horrible game plan. He knocked us out. Ilya is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Fine, okay, I can accept that shit. We lost to the best striker and the best grappler, the pound-for-pound 1 and 2. I can accept that. I can't accept this loss, bro. I can't accept this because in my mind, we didn't lose. And in my mind, this is bullshit. This should have been 5 rounds. We had him out of there every fucking round. So in my opinion, if Charles fights like he did against Max, like he did against Gamrot, bro, like he did against Michael Chandler, bro, if we fought that fight against Ilya, we genuinely could have won that, which sucks, but I'm not mad at that loss. We went out there, we tried to trade with Ilya, we tried to show we're the fucking best, and shit happens. We landed a huge elbow on Ilya that should have put him to sleep, but Ilya's chin is just next level. But yeah, October, Abu Dhabi main event. This is perfect, bro. This is so fucking perfect. Full circle, 5 rounds against Sarukian, and we beat him. Like, I'm not even trying to be, like, I told you I was nervous for the Max fight. I told you Max has a chance of winning, but I kept it real. I'm a realist. I'm a Charles fan, but I'm a realist. We win this fight, bro. We submit Armin Sarukian. Like, if we get him in that guillotine again, we're making a better adjustment and we're getting the finish, bro. Like, I just see it, bro. It's so fucking clear to me right now, bro. All that needs to happen is Ilya Topuria needs to win and then move up. That's what needs to happen first. That happens. The title's vacated. Justin Gaethje retires. There's no one else. There's generally no one else. There's BSD, who hasn't fought for a title. But is Hooker and fucking Rufi, like, is Hooker and Rufi and Dariush like a good 3-fight win streak? Like, he needs one more. He needs that Max fight, and then maybe BSD versus Charles, and for Charles's retirement fight after he has the belt, after he wins this. So they might do like BSD versus Armin for for the vacant, but I think UFC's not happy with Armin right now, which could derail this. And Charles has to fight like a BSD, which would suck because BSD's tough. I do think we get BSD out of there though with the grappling. I think we submit him easily. He's sloppy on the ground. But yeah, in my opinion, this has to be next. Abu Dhabi, where we lost the belt initially, where we get it back against Armin in a rematch. In the fight that just doesn't sit right with me, bro. That fight just doesn't sit right with me because I think we won. I hate it. It's a fucking stupid blemish on our record. We've only lost to the number 1 pound for pound, the number 2 pound for pound fighters in the world, bro. We've only lost to Ilya and Islam in my mind. This fight just fucking pisses me off. So I want this next. I hope it's next. And Charles will get that fucking vacant belt. And we will be the lightweight champion once again. And we will cry when the belt gets wrapped around our waist. I'm not delusional. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.